know she'll do me right. If I go somewhere else, I'll be there all night. This weave game is serious, can't be trusted. Get all your info here so you don't look busted.
That is some flavor to it.
Hello, welcome to AboutWeave.com. My name is Fashion. Thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. Make sure you subscribe, AboutWeave.com. It's real easy. Just put your email address in there, click send. I have my girl here. Her name is Desiree, and she is the producer of the show, but very, very boisterous.
Hello.
Today's conversation and topic is going to be about how long can you leave in your install?
Yes.
What's too long? Why you shouldn't leave it in too long? What the ramifications of it is about? What to expect, basically.
There's going to be some consequences and repercussions around here.
Exactly. And I wanted to bring into the conversation a good friend of mine, and he is a celebrity hairstylist. His name is Will Robinson, and you can find him at... Matter of fact, I'm going to let him tell you where to find you. Hello, Will. Are you on the line?
Hey, how are you, Fashion?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
So tell people where they can find you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Will Rob Hair, Facebook, William Robinson, Will Rob Hair only.
Mm-hmm. Will Rob Hair. And where do you work at, Will?
I'm currently working at CC International on 57th Street.
Okay. Now, Will is a celebrity stylist. He's done many celebrities, haven't you, Will?
I have. I've worked with a couple of celebrities.
Okay, and what can you tell me? Has any of them left their install in too long?
Well, normally when I work with the celebrities, they don't have the install in that long. They kind of have a fresh install when working for an award show or a magazine shoot, a video shoot. Normally they have a fresh install. So the celebrities I don't really have an issue with the celebrities with the leaving the weave so long.
So tell us about some issues that you might have had in the past with people leaving their install in too long.
Well, I just feel like after an 8-week period, your hair needs to breathe. It needs to release the shedding. It needs to get air because your hair is actually like a plant. So, having it braided down, having it tied down, for a long period of time, what happens is you end up, if you leave your weave in over the 8-week period, what happens is your hair starts to shed a lot. And so what happens is you get a lot of split ends. You have to take it out, get that trim. If you leave it in too long, what happens is you end up losing more hair than you actually grew. Mm-hmm. Because you lose it in shedding because your hair can't breathe and it needs to breathe because it's alive. So you have to, take it out, brush it out, trim it up. Then you can put the install back in. But you can't leave it in for like 3 to 4 months, 3 to 4 to 5 months because you just end up losing so much hair and shedding when you leave it in for too long.
What's your recommended amount of time?
My recommended amount for my clientele is 2 months, which is 8 weeks.
Right, okay.
After the 8-week period, most of the time it's time to get a trim. It's time to get your scalp scrubbed down, get it clean,
What's your, can you tell me, do you take out the weaves, the installs yourself, or do you ask your clients to take them out? What's that process about?
I normally, when I do the hair extension, I take it out myself. I like to take it out myself because I know how I put it in. I don't like my clients going to other people to take it out because then, some people don't know how to take it out and they get to cutting stuff that they shouldn't be cutting.
Do you take out other stylist installs?
When I take out other stylists' install, I normally charge because what I don't know is how they put the install in, what their technique was, and also I don't know how long that client had that weave in. And sometimes I've been in situations where I've had a client that's left her weave in for 6 months, and it's like a knot, and then I have to take an hour or an hour and 15 minutes to take it out. Then that's when it gets a little expensive.
Right. Are there any products that you use for? So say I come into your salon. I've had my install in for 7 months because I've been vacationing and swimming in the ocean and just doing my thing. Are there any products that you use that would make that takeout easier than not?
My product that I would use is tell them to go back to the stylist and put it in. No, I'm only joking. I normally like to use, if it's like really tangled and really tough to kind of like maneuver, sometimes people's hair locks. The different textures do different things. Some people can leave their weave in for maybe 4 months, and it's fine if they have a straighter texture. If their hair is a little more wavier, a little more softer texture. If you have kinkier hair, your hair will start to lock.
Right.
That's what will happen after like 3 to 4 months. You'll start to get like clumps that stick together because the hair is shedding out. It's not able to breathe. It's not able to go anywhere, so it's just sitting there. So it ends up tangling. What I like to use is Ensues 23, and I put it in a spray bottle. I mixed half in 50% Ensues 23 and then 50% water. So I spray it down first. I kind of dampen the hair a little bit, and then I use a detangling brush from the ends to the root to kind of brush out the tangle.
Right.
Will, I want to know, 8 weeks for some women may not be a very long time. I mean, I think, some women keep their weaves in 8 to 12 weeks, sometimes even a little bit longer. Are there certain things that you can do to make your weave last longer, such that when it's time to take it out, you're not subject to dreading and all that kind of stuff, or locking?
My suggestion would be, if you're going to leave your weave in longer, don't wash it as much.
Mm-hmm. So now that's something that me and Desiree talked about before, because I was trying to explain to her that there's people that go weeks on end without washing their hair. Like when we were small children,
right.
my parents did not wash my hair on a weekly basis. Or every two, like if I had some braids in my hair, I might not have had my weave washed for at least a month. It sounds so horrible to say it now as an adult, but it's true.
Absolutely inconceivable to me to go that long without washing your hair.
True.
It's true though. Like as a child, we just didn't wash our hair all the time.
Well, I mean, I understand doing the every other week thing, but okay. So, Will, what's your recommendation for how frequently you should wash your hair in order to make your install last longer?
I will go once a month. I would do 4 weeks.
That is ridiculous.
Well, I said the same thing.
There's no way. Your head has to be stinking at that point.
What happens is with people working out so much, they're going to the gym, their hair sweats a lot. My recommendation would be, even for people like that want to keep their install in for a long time, is to, when you come from the gym and your hair is sweating, get in the shower. You can rinse your hair, rinse it through, because what happens is once you start adding shampoo and conditioner, those things you have to really make sure that you rinse them thoroughly. Because what happens is a lot of times when people take their weaves out for a long time, they get all that white crunchy stuff inside. It's because the product that they're using is getting stuck in the weave because they're not rinsing it properly. So if you wanted to kind of stay clean, I would actually oil the scalp, keep it moisturized by oiling it, but not actually washing it.
I think this is so nasty.
Unless you get, some people sweat in their hair, they get an odor.
Yes, exactly. I have been on the train, I have been on planes, I have been in vehicles, and I have smelled stinking hair. And come to find out, it is the responsibility of these two stylists in front of me telling people that they are not responsible for putting shampoo and conditioner
you would think
in their
Desiree
heads.
is a white girl. She is a black chick, and she thinks that it's gross for someone to go that long and not wash their hair.
I
think it is absolutely fine.
Every week. Let me tell you, when I don't have a weave in my hair, I'll wash my hair 2 to 3 times a week sometimes.
She's white.
Right. Well, what happens is it's really not good to wash your hair once a week anyway, because it's not consistently washing your hair, because most of the time when you have an install in, most people are putting an install in to achieve growth.
Yeah.
So what happens is when your hair is dirty, that is the peak time for growth, because your hair is dirty. It's fertilized.
I don't buy that.
The dirt in your hair builds of oils and minerals and things that your hair survives off. Your hair is like a plant.
We are going to work on her, Will.
Minerals?
Yes.
Minerals?
Yes.
The dirt and the oil and the minerals is what actually helps fertilize your hair. So the dirtier your hair is, the more it will probably grow.
Okay, hold on.
But I have heard that for a long time.
Pump your brakes there.
I have heard that for a long time, that dirty hair grows better.
I've definitely heard that dirty hair grows better, but I have never seen a study that
we're going to do one
that demonstrates hair growing better when it's dirty. I mean, there are all kinds of people who don't shampoo their hair,
so
and
it needs a little bit of
he's
the
really
dirt
onto
to grow.
hair as a plant. Like, hair as a plant's a big deal for him.
Hair is a plant and it needs to grow.
Well,
I'm with you.
It's a
Well,
lie.
let me
It's a
tell you
lie.
something.
Outside
I am
of
with you
what
on that.
people
But
lie,
here's the
it's
thing.
a
Okay,
lie.
so if dirty hair is the key to life, then why isn't it that girls who have dirty hair and don't change their weaves often and don't wash their hair, how come they don't have hair down in their butts? You
Because
just
they're
gotta
not doing they're not doing the other things.
Doing the hair is not doing the proper trim.
Right,
It's not
right. They're not doing the other
It's not
things.
conditioning the
Correct.
hair. It's not maintaining it. It's not just about keeping the weave in. The weave is not going to make your hair grow. It's the stylist that's actually prepping your hair and maintaining your services.
I'll be
Yes.
a bald-headed chicken till the day I die if I'm obligated to walk around with a stinking dirty head.
But it
in
doesn't
order for
have
my
to
hair
smell. It doesn't have to smell.
Well, what happens is the reason why it starts to smell a lot of times is because the products that they're using, the shampoo and the conditioner that the people are using, is actually getting stuck in the hair and it's sitting in
Yes.
rinsing it properly. That's why it smells.
Correct.
It's not really because they're putting a whole bunch of gook in it during the week and they're not washing it because they're putting in product. Product actually gets old. It sits in your hair. You're walking around, if it's sunny outside, it's hot.
Precisely.
You're working out, you're hot. So it's just like anything else. But if you don't do anything to it and don't brush it, you just put oil on your scalp, your hair won't smell.
Exactly.
It won't smell. It'll get dirty, but it won't have a stench to it.
I mean, you're a professional. Fashion's a professional. I trust your professional opinion, but I
Yes.
am not interested. I absolutely will continue.
Well, it may seem a little nasty, but it also depends on the woman. It just
Exactly.
depends
Yes,
on
it
the
does.
woman
It depends upon
and
the
how,
woman. Yes.
How she maintains. 4 weeks is maybe a little far. Even if it's every 3 weeks, I feel like, because when you wash once a week, you think that you're cleaning your hair, but what you're really doing is you're washing out all the minerals,
All the necessary oil.
fertilizer, the
Mhm.
oils and everything that your hair naturally builds up. You're washing it away, and the shampoo sometimes, depending on what you're using, can be kind of drying to the hair.
Exactly.
You also have to add, either if you're using a moisturizing shampoo or conditioner, you also have to apply oil to your hair so that your hair underneath stays moisturized. That's what keeps it from getting dry. That's what keeps it from tangling up so much, and that's what makes it easy. I always have my clients put oil in there, like drench their hair with oil before I take the weave out. It's a lot
Me
easier
too.
to take it out
Yes.
because the hair
Amen.
is soft.
Oh, we are like twins, Will. Yes.
And it's not brittle. When it's hard and brittle and dry, and you're taking it out, you're gonna get a lot of breakage, a lot of snapping.
Right, 'cause you're snapping,
Your hair
yes.
is,
Mhm.
I definitely buy the oil piece because I do drench my head in olive oil before I take my braids out from my weave, and it absolutely helps.
Yeah.
And it makes it so much easier to detangle.
She just wants to wash her hair
Yeah.
2 or 3 times.
But I'm telling you, when it comes to washing this head, it's going to get done. I like my fingers in my scalp. I like my scalp clean, and
Right.
it is what it is. But what you all are saying, I have definitely heard before that hair definitely grows better when it's dirty.
Yes.
I'm just wondering,
It's a different
how
kind of dirty. Now,
does it
if
need
it's
to be?
dirty and your skin is starting to get affected, like you're getting acne,
I can't
that's
right
a
now.
different situation. Then you know that you really need to wash your
There's a
hair.
difference between being dirty and filthy.
Right.
It's a huge difference.
When you
And
say
we gotta
filthy,
talk
it's bad.
Filthy, get that filthy hair out of my face. Well, I mean, we
about-
just
you working in the kitchen, frying chicken on the grill,
Right,
and smoking cigarettes,
right.
and hanging out at the strip club, and
well, listen.
I'm just saying, a working woman. I mean, how much? What are you really doing to your hair so much that you need to really
Wash it
as
every
much?
week. You know what I think?
Well,
you know
I
why
live a
think
very
that,
vigorous life.
I
and
think
so,
that people no. I think that people started washing their hair a lot when we started seeing these pop-up blow-dry salons, with the spurt of the Dominican salons where people could just go in and get their hair washed and blown out where they didn't have to do it themselves. I think that's
Yeah,
what
but-
started making people wash their hair a lot.
DIY till I
Right.
die. I
But
do
you
it
know
myself.
What else too is that even like the Dominican salons, the roller set, the blow dry, it's all cool on certain textures of hair. Not everyone can do that.
Right.
And so what happens is, like, hair is inevitable. People's hair is different. People's textures are different. The density is different. Some people have strong hair. Some people have weak hair. Some people have thick hair. Some people have fine hair. And so it all depends. It's like, it really just depends on the actual client. What their hair texture is, what the oil buildup is, what the dirt buildup is on their hair bi-weekly. It just really depends on the person. You can't really just say it's one thing that's going to help everyone.
Well, next time I walk past somebody,
have, like, those pop-up salons, like you said, the washing blow spots.
Right.
I mean, if you have really straight hair, if you're a Caucasian woman, you can wash your hair once a week. I mean, your hair is straight. It doesn't really have you know, excuse me, it doesn't really have.
Washing hair is not white privilege. That is not white privilege to wash your hair. I'm sorry. Listen, I next time I'm on the train, next time I'm someplace and I smell some stinking hair, I'm gonna say her hair must be growing. That must be some growing hair right there. Look at that hair growth. I can smell the growth. I can smell the growth.
This idiot right here.
I never smell nobody's hair on no train. I don't mean that quote.
Hey, you got that right. Amen to that. Well,
I want to know what train you riding so I can stay off that. I don't.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. I certainly appreciate your commentary. If you guys want to be able to find Will, make sure you look on the comments of this podcast. His information will be there. I'm so booked all the time, but he's absolutely somebody that I definitely would not mind sending clients to. So make sure you check his information out. I'm Fashion. That's Desiree. Will on the phone, and we are out.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.